are here with Rostyk with Streams of Hope. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us here.
Well, you're welcome. And what is Streams of Hope?
So Stream of Hopes, it actually started off as a volunteer effort that me and my wife were the co-founders of the organization. So it started in 2015. We had our daughter, first daughter, and my wife just came across a post on Facebook about a little girl who was born in Ukraine with a bunch of deformities, with her with spina bifida, and they were raising money to send this little girl to Italy to get surgeries. So we started, donating stuff that was from our daughter, stuff that was, personal stuff, and we really were just eager to help out this little kid. And they ended up raising about $30,000. They sent this girl to Italy, and they did surgeries on this girl. Ukrainian doctors didn't give her a chance. They told the mother when the child was born in the hospital that it's better off that if the child was not alive.
Oh my goodness.
So this group in Ukraine that we really attached ourselves to is called Future of Ukraine, and they're also a nonprofit organization in Ukraine, and we work with them. They were the ones who sent this little girl to Italy. So this little girl is now 2 years old. She's running, she's walking, she's having a fully functional life. And so we started doing that as a volunteer thing, just collecting our stuff and sending it to Ukraine. And then in about January of last year, there were more people kind of joining in. They heard that we were sending stuff to Ukraine and sending it now to orphanages and whatnot. And they started collecting stuff and telling us, here, send our stuff as well. And so we figured it became more of a group effort rather than an individual effort. And we said, okay, can we make this into a volunteer group? And so we decided to call ourselves Stream of Hopes. The little girl's name is Nadika, which means hope in Ukrainian. So we wanted to incorporate her name into the organization's name. And, being oceans away from Ukraine, we decided maybe we won't call it an ocean of hopes, but a stream that really carries the stuff that makes a path that, it becomes a strong stream of hope. Really, that's what we wanted to do. And so in January, we called ourselves a volunteer group. And then in April of last year, we actually went and registered as a Saskatchewan nonprofit organization. We wanted to get validity behind our name. We wanted to make sure that people knew that whatever they were donating, it was legitimate. It wasn't just two individuals. It was now a bigger group of people. So we basically have been running for about a year now. And I can mention some numbers of what we've done.
Sure, mention some numbers. That would be awesome.
So in a year of our existence, we've sent over 3,000 kilograms of humanitarian aid. So we collect stuff, we pack it in our garage, in our home, and then we ship it through Regina to Toronto, and then from Toronto we ship it to Ukraine. So over 3,000 kilograms so 3 tons or 7,000 pounds. We've raised almost $30,000 just by having different fundraising efforts and different fundraising opportunities. And so we've raised that money to A, pay for shipping, and B, help individuals like little Nadika and others to be sent for treatment outside of Ukraine, because Ukrainian medical system is still very historic. It's still very USSR based. It's still very
developing.
Very developing, and they require a lot of things from outside of Ukraine, and that's what we've been doing.
So what kinds of stuff do you ship, and what kinds of stuff are people wanting can donate?
It's interesting because in Ukraine, with the organization that we work with, the person that runs that organization, her name is Marta, and so when we talk to her, we ask, what do you guys need? Like, what are some of the things that you require? Because some of the things they can probably buy there that's cheaper. And she said, it's as simple as in an orphanage, these kids don't have anything. These kids share pretty much everything. And so it's as little as a doll or a hat or running shoes or a sports suit or track suit. And so we basically ask individuals to donate something that's gently used. So if you have children, and it's children actually up to ages of 20, and because some of the orphanages, they house kids with disabilities. And so these children grow up in these orphanages. They're 20, 25, 30 years old. They never leave the system. So, it's as far as young adults that we collect clothes for. And it's shoes, it's clothes, it's pants, sweaters, dresses, and toys. And we also send formula for infants. We send, dry kind of non-perishable goods that are for the infants. And yeah, so we ask for gently used or for new. And sometimes people give us money and say, here's some money, go and buy whatever you think you guys need, and then we ship that. So yeah.
Well, that's why I wanted to have you on my show, because you rock for starting this. And I always think grassroots projects are the best projects. You see a need and then you help people. And that's what life's about, isn't it?
It is, for
and I
sure.
really commend you for doing that. And what a marvelous story for that little girl. I just
Thank
feel
you.
so full of hope.
Thank you so much.
And
yeah,
I hope that you can get more people to help, so people can, now that you're probably a charitable donation, you can get income tax receipts.
No, so yeah, we haven't registered as a charitable organization yet because it's quite a bit of money to do that for legal fees, and we again, being run as a small out of garage kind of thing, we still don't have the funds, and it takes about 2 or 3 years to get build that up into. So hopefully one day we'll be able to get to that point. But yeah, like you said, it's we saw a need. Right now the war is happening in Ukraine. It's been happening for how long? And a lot of efforts from Canada, and it's great to see it, but they're going towards helping the soldiers, towards helping the war. And sometimes those orphanages, it's a system that existed before the war started. It's a system that's currently existing, and it's going to go on for a long period of time. And it's a very broken system. So for us, we wanted to address a need that we saw wasn't being addressed. And so we're now helping over 3,400 kids in Ukraine through our efforts. And we call it, the Stream of Hope's efforts, because it's individuals in Saskatoon and Regina, all over Saskatchewan, and then in Ontario. We actually have a kind of a smaller office or branch in Ontario with volunteers helping us as well, just because all the shipments go through Ontario and Toronto. We now have efforts there, so people donate there, people help us out. Meast Corporation is the one that ships all our parcels. Again, they've been tremendous with just helping us out to ship all the the 3,000 kilograms.
No kidding.
So
shipping costs a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So they've been really good with helping us out with those, and Saskatchewan has just been amazing. We moved here from Ontario 10 years ago, me and my wife, and this is our home.
Yeah.
Our parents are like, when are you going to move back to Toronto? And we're like, we've established our roots. We have now 2 kids, and they're both born here in Saskatoon, and this is our home, and we love the province, we love the people, and we can't be more thankful for all of the efforts that everybody's really putting into this.
Well, that's wonderful, and yes, I've lived in Saskatchewan my whole life, and people are really generous and charitable here, and they help all around the world, and that's so vital. People don't think that you can do something, but you can. And so what are some of the fundraising, like you have a project coming up?
Yeah, so we actually we've been only in existence for a year, but we've tried to kind of separate it into 4 different fundraising opportunities or kind of projects that we run throughout the year. So this time around, actually, at the end of May, the organization in Ukraine is sending, for the 9th year in a row, over 1,000 kids to the Carpathian Mountains for a 12-day camp, to let them get away from their orphanage system, to let them get away from their troubles, to just be kids, to run around in the mountains, to splash in the pool and do all of that. So we're raising money to actually sponsor kids to go to this camp. It's $150 per child, which is for 12 days. Transportation, accommodation, and food is not a lot of money. We've raised enough money already to send 18 children to this camp. We're also raising money so these kids, when they go to camp, they also are asked to write letters of their dreams, which they want to come true. And so these kids write these letters of, I want a soccer ball, I want a hat, I want a tracksuit, and we try to grant those wishes. We basically claim letters and we say, we will help these kids, their wishes come true. And so we're collecting some money on the side to basically help, buy a soccer ball or buy a sports suit or tracksuit or whatnot. So we have a website. It's going to be mentioned. It's www.streamofhopes.ca. All of our information is on there. There's we have a crowdfunding campaign that we raise money through. So basically, anybody can donate. We have a bank account to which people can e-transfer. So all of those are the means of how to help us out financially are described on our website, and that's basically, we go through word of mouth, and we go through smaller organizations who are willing to donate. We ran a big project last December. It was the first annual Ukrainian fashion show with Miss Ukrainian Canada, Irina Zhitaryuk. She's from Saskatoon. She won Miss Ukrainian Canada contest, and she had a fashion show. We had a bunch of silent auction items. We had raffles, and we raised almost $4,000. So $3,798 that went towards helping kids who are sick with cancer, to help them through some of the treatment and that. So it was held at Lucky Bastard Distillery here in the North End, and
Sure.
we're planning to do another one this year again. So hopefully more people will come out. And it was a really cool event. It was a lot of fun for us, a lot of fun for the participants. We again showed slides of kids and pictures, and that's for us, that's the most important thing, is just being able to help out. From, we're both from Ukraine. It doesn't mean that that's the only reason why we're helping kids in Ukraine. Kids are kids. It doesn't matter where they are.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter which part of the world they're in. When you see kids hurting, and when you see children being in those kinds of situations, you want to help out in any possible way. And people who are helping us, they're from all walks of life. They're not specifically Ukrainian. They're not sometimes with Ukrainian background. They just feel the need to help kids, and that's why we're here, and that's why we're doing it.
And that's so important what you're doing. And I was a teacher for 30 years, and I could commend you again. And I challenge all teachers out there to donate, all retired teachers, because there's a lot of them in Saskatchewan, to donate and help your cause. And you're right, children are our future, and it is so important. So again, remind us again of your website and how they can get a hold and how they can help.
So again, our organization is called Stream of Hopes. The website is www.streamofhopes.ca. Our email address is streamofhopes@gmail.com. You can connect with us through phone, 306-291-1724. My name is Rostyk. My wife's name is Olesya. Our last name is Hursky. We are the co-founders. We have a board of directors, actually, for our organization.
Okay, awesome.
We have 8 members, including the 2 of us, so 6 plus the 2 of us. Most of them are from Saskatoon. There's one lady from Toronto and one gentleman from Regina. So we now have a group of individuals that we report towards that help us with the kind of strategic growth and development of our organization. So we really appreciate all of the help. We work with Bishop Filevich School here a little bit. They've done some fundraising. St. Demetrius School in Toronto, they have done fundraising for us.
Well, thank
so like
you.
you said, schools are really...
It's really important. Well, thank you very much, and I'm glad you could come on my show today.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
so much. Thank you.
That was Rostyk with Streams of Hope.